Hello students, this is your teacher Mackenroe. So welcome back. I hope that you all are doing great there at home. So what do we have today? So I'm going to deal with a topic named tenses, and it's mainly for class 9th. But students of class 6th, 7th, 8 could be benefited from that. So I request you all to kindly watch this right now at this moment with a pen and a notepad or notebook or whatever you have right now at this moment. Don't miss this. Write them down. All right? Why I'm telling you this? Because this topic, tenses, it is one of the vast topic that I'm dealing with today. And trust me, you're not going to leave anything, and I'm not going to leave anything with you. Uh, you'll be thoroughly taught by me. So here we go. Okay, tenses. Now we should be knowing what is actually the tenses or tense. All right, uh, that is there on the screen right now. Any of the forms of a verb which distinguish when an action or state of being occurs or exists is called tense. All right. Now let me elaborate that in simple way. What is tense? Tense is nothing but it's just the action whenever we are talking to someone or whenever we are writing to someone, we are having set of some speeches. Okay, those speeches are there because whenever you are talking to someone or writing to someone or reading out to someone, you should be having some manners in all those sentences. So because of this tense only, all those tense sentences, all those sentences are actually made beautiful by the so-called tense. Without the tense, you will not be able to frame a sentences, and the thing is that also you won't be able to communicate with anyone else. Actually, the fact is that about the tense also that it's there in every languages. If it's Tamil, if it's Hindi, if it's Marathi, etc., you'll find tense. Okay, so you don't have to think in that manner that it's going to be difficult to understand. Okay, I'm making it simple. What is tense again? It's just the activity or action that whenever you're talking to someone, whenever you're communicating, or whenever you're reading, or whenever you're writing. Okay, in a case of writing a letter to someone and all that, how do you do that? You write something in that letter to express your feelings to someone, your beloved. Okay, it is the same way whenever you are communicating, whenever we are talking, whenever we're speaking to somebody. So we will be having some set of rules, right? Whenever we are framing sentences. So in that particular cases, this one, the tense is going to help you a lot. Okay, so that thing which is there on your screen, it is supposed to be not understandable for you right now, but I'm trying to make you understand that what it is actually. Okay, in due course you will be getting to know exactly that what is that. Okay, remember one thing also, one important thing. Tense, you don't have to learn, you have to do that. You have to do that action in practical. You know how? By speaking, by communicating. I think I have told you and requested to you all that whenever you find times, even though you don't have times also, try to speak in English. Why English? Because you will have that fluency in you whenever you are speaking English. Okay, I know that some of you are trying to speak with that in English, but the thing is that, I mean, like, some people will be making fun of you, or maybe your friends will be making fun of you because that is not one of your languages, right? Yeah, that is the problem with us. Every one of us are facing that problem, because when we try to speak, we may, I mean, like, we'll be thinking that the person who's listening to me is maybe making fun of me sometimes, right? So forget about that. Okay? You need to speak. You need to open your mouth. For say, what is your name? How do you do? Where are you going? When are you coming? Are we going to play cricket? All those, etc. So many beautiful words and sentences are there. Okay? Speak. I really urge that you must speak English to anyone who is there around you right now. Speak to them in English. Speak to them. This is high time for you right now if you really want to learn English. So you better open your mouth and speak. Okay, there will be many errors, but you will be getting to know that how you have to speak. First, encourage yourself to speak in English. Second, whatever you do, even if you make mistake, don't bother about that. You will be there. You will be there. Okay? Trust me, if you do that, then one day you will be definitely speaking in English. And that too, you'll be having that command over this language. The fluency will be there. Okay? So, all the best for that. All right. Move on to the next slide. Now, since we were talking about the tense, now we have to know the aspects of those tenses. All right? The aspect of English tense. Okay. There are three tenses. There are three aspects of English tense, which are known as present tense, past tense, and future tense. Okay? The present tense, past tense, and the future tense. Now, why you have to learn all this? Again, I'm telling you, the present, the past, and the future, they are there with us every time. We are living today. We are actually currently, presently here. Whatever we are doing, the activities or the statement whenever we are talking, we will be having all this in our communication, in our conversation. Okay? The thing is that you are not knowing the rules actually, the principles of all those sentences, the principle of all those tenses and verbs. So this is right here, right now, that I will be dealing with that topic, the tense, okay? Now, gradually, you will have to learn this. What I'm dealing with is the present tense, right now, okay? What is present tense? In simple manner, we say today, okay? Today, whatever you do today, whatever you are speaking or communicating with someone, which happens today, it's considered to be present tense. Okay? I mean, like, that's simple, I think so. Okay, I'll make it more simple. Whatever you're doing, your actions, your deeds, and whatever you're stating to someone, whenever you're communicating, whenever we talk in terms of today, right now, that is considered to be the present tense. Okay? For example, I'll give you just an example for present tense. I am here, right in front of you. This is happening today, right? Yeah. I'm talking about today. I'm here, right in front of you. So those particular sentences which I have just used right now, that is considered to be the present tense. Okay? That is considered to be present tense. For example, okay, let me just give you more. Like, I'm smiling. I'm smiling at you. Okay? I'm giving you a smile, like I'm doing it right now. Okay? So, exactly I'm doing it at this moment. I'm doing it at this moment. Today. Okay? So, now you must have understood what I'm trying to say. Whatever is today is called the present tense. Whenever you're communicating, whenever you're writing, whenever you are reading also, okay? That's what I've told you. Gradually you will understand that what I'm trying to mean, and then later on I will tell you more. It's going to be interesting. Trust me on that, okay? The next one is past tense, and that could be considered for yesterday. Whatever you had done yesterday, that would be considered as one of the past tenses. All right, let me just give you one example. I had gone to my uncle's place yesterday. Okay, uh, I'm talking about the task which had happened yesterday, which had happened with me, obviously. So I'm talking about that one. Let me just like give you another example of my uncle again. My uncle had come to my place yesterday. My uncle had come to my place yesterday to visit me. Or else you would say like this, I watched a movie on television yesterday and it was a nice movie. Okay, whatever I am saying it right now, I'm talking about the task or the action which had happened yesterday. So that is going to be, or that is one of the past tenses, or you would consider that as one of the past tenses. So that was past tense. The next one is the future tense. Okay, you can consider that as tomorrow, the work which is going to be happening tomorrow, or the task which is going to be happening tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, or in future. That's called the future tense. So I have just simplified it for you, just for you to understand. I know that you're having a lot of questions regarding this one right now. Okay, I know that. So the best thing is that you have to learn what to speak. If you don't speak, you will not be actually getting the idea and the knowledge of what is tense. Remember that. That's what you have to speak. Even though if you don't know to speak, see, English is not our language, right? Is it? No, it's not. So you have to speak with someone or somebody who don't know or who knows also, no problem. And the best way for that is to read as well. Read some books, some story books. Then only you will be able to communicate and speak. Okay? So let's move further. So let me just recollect once more, recap. What was that? The present, past, and future. Whenever we are talking about today, that's called present tense. In terms of yesterday, all those things which had happened, those are past tenses. And which is going to happen tomorrow or in near future, that's called the future tense. Okay, I hope that you have understood this much, and this is enough for you to understand. Okay, don't like confuse yourself. I won't ask you to do that. I won't encourage you to do that. Okay, but try to understand as much as you can right now with my teaching. Okay, move on to the next one. The simplified version of tense. Okay, the mentioned tenses, present, past, and future, they are defined with element or some tenses, namely the indefinite or simple tense, the continuous or progressive tense, the perfect tense, or the perfect continuous tense. Okay, let me now tell you, there are actually 12 tenses. Let me tell you, we were talking about three major tenses. I'm saying it major tenses. What were they? The present, the past, and the future. Now, we will be learning all those tenses which has to be learned thoroughly. Okay? Those will come under all these tenses which I'm talking about right now, the three tenses, the three major tenses, the present, the past, and the future. Now, if I talk in terms of the first tenses, that is comes under present tense, that's called present indefinite, that you can say simple tense. Okay, and the next one is the present continuous, the third one present perfect, and the fourth one present perfect continuous tense. Okay, record that. I'm saying it once more. There are four tenses which comes under present tense: the present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect tense, or present perfect continuous tense. Four. How many? Four. Under which tense? Under present tense. The same thing will be for the past tense. Okay, this were for the present tense. Now let's move on to the past tense. Past tense. The first one should be past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, past perfect continuous. Okay, now how many tenses we have learned? 8. The previous one for that comes under present tense were 4. Okay, now this one another 4 under past tense. Now the last one, the future tense, and those tenses which comes under it: future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect tense, or future perfect continuous tense. Okay, these are the 12 tenses that we are going to learn. It's quite difficult for you to understand right now, I know that, but I'm trying to simplifying my teaching to you so that you will be able to understand actually to some extent. Okay, I hope that you understood this much so far. Okay, so there are 12, isn't it? There are 12 tenses right now which come under the present, the past, and the future. Those are there on your screen. Okay, those 4 will be for every tenses, like the present, the past, and the future. Got it? Yes. Move on to the next slide. Okay, see, I'm just giving you the picture that how you have to learn the tenses. All right, this is not the main tenses that I'm teaching you right now. I will give you a table so that you will learn actually that how you have to use that and how you have to communicate and how you have to write. Okay, so just watch, listen carefully, and try to remember what I'm teaching you to you so that you will be able to know and understand. Fine. So the next one is singular number, and trust me, this is again more important for you to learn that what is actually singular number. Okay, this is actually the main part or the main subject that has to be there in the tenses. Okay, before that I just have to tell you that what is singular, by the way. What is singular? Whenever we are talking about self, okay, that's singular. Just take that in this way: single. When you are talking about yourself, single, alone, that's called singular. Okay, one of its kind, just one of its kind. All right, so there are many examples for that, like he. When we talk in terms of he is for actually for a male, for a man. He is referred to a person who is supposed to be a male or a man, so he. Okay, so he is single in the sense like that particular term. He is actually for particular one person, so he. Okay, she is again referring to a person who is supposed to be a female or a girl or a woman, all right, or a lady. So that she and he, we are talking about one person, one personality. Same thing, it is also for particular object and for particular animals, as sometimes we are not able to define that whether that particular animal is a female or male, right? Usually we say that, suppose if you say dog is barking, all right, it barks at night, you are using it. Why? It's not an object, but that is supposed to be considered for the animals that it. Okay, it gives egg. For example, if you say when a hen is laying an egg. Okay, so you are getting confused maybe because you are thinking that why can't I use she, as that hen is a female, right? It's actually the female, so you can say she gives milk or she gives egg, she lays egg. Okay, right? You can say that obviously, but more appropriate would be it. Why? because that time we don't have to characterize the gender. Okay, so for that would be it. That would be more appropriate. So it gives milk or it lays egg. Okay, so those are actually the confusion that I was trying to avoid you to do that. So he, she, it, these are singular number. Even I and you, okay, whenever, if we are referring to a person, when I am talking about me, when I'm using I am alone, okay, I'm taking myself as a single person. So that I is actually a singular number because I'm alone, I'm talking about myself. I. You. Again, the same thing. Whenever we are talking about you, you are single, you are alone, you are just one person over there. So he, she, it, I, and you. These are all singular numbers. Got that? Singular number. And for plural number, it will be we and they. Okay, we are coming to your place tomorrow. When we are talking in terms of more than one person, there are two or more than that also. Three people or say four people. So it becomes we, W-E, we. In Hindi we say hum log, okay? But I would seriously suggest you not to translate English into Hindi. We do that. Many a times we do that. Because of that only that the sense of the language is completely ruined. So keep that in your mind that you are not translating anything from Hindi to English, because that will be ruining the entire show, the entire sense of the language. Okay? So here I was talking about the plural numbers, we, when we are talking in terms of more than two people, more than one person, so it becomes we. The same thing is for they. Whenever we are talking in terms of more than one person, more than that, two, three people are there. So they. We, they are actually plural numbers. And they played an important role over here, okay? The singular numbers and the plural numbers, they played important role in this tense for you to learn, okay? I'll come back to that later, but for you right now, this much is okay to understand, okay? So keep that in your mind, that what is singular number and what is plural number. The next one. Okay, this is actually the main point. The verb. What is it? It is one of the parts of speech. I have taught you already about that. And I'll keep teaching you what is it actually. Okay? What is verb, by the way? Verb is actually the heart of the tenses. The heart of the tenses. Because of the verb only, the tenses are possible. The tense is possible. Without the verb, you cannot actually think of any tenses. Alright? So it's the verb that make the complete sense or make the tenses beautiful. Okay. A word that indicates an action, event, or state, as well as one of the parts of speech, is called verb, as I told you earlier. Okay, it's there on the screen right now. What is it? The activity, the action, the event, or any kind of states that has been happening or have happened or is going to happen, okay, or is happening, they are called verbs. Okay, I'll give you more. Verb is an important part of the tense which has to be learned and understood precisely, in another word. As I told you, what is it? It is considered to be the part of the tense, and it is the heart of the tense. Okay, you have to keep that in your mind actually. Again, it's a vast topic. As I told you earlier, you have to learn it, understand it. If you don't understand it, no problem, no problem. Okay, don't think that if you're going to miss this class and all that, you are not going to lose anything. You have to keep learning. But remember one thing, this one and this instance, what I'm telling you right now is, again and again, you must speak English in order to learn English or to have that fluency in English. For that, you know what you have to do? think in English. How do you usually think? Whenever we are thinking, how do you do that? You think in your language, of course, and most probably in Hindi sometimes, don't you? Have you ever tried it? I don't think so that you have tried that. Now try it from this moment. What you have to do? Think. But in which language? In English. It is you to learn that what is it. The action, the event, and the state. It's called the verb. Move on to the next one. The statements. Okay. In order to learn and to understand statement, you first have to know what it is. Statements. A declaration or remark or a presentation of opinion is called statement. Okay? Didn't you get that? Whatever you are saying, your opinion regarding your opinion or your remark, whatever you will be telling to people, that becomes an opinion. Even though if you say, I'm gonna have tea, I'm gonna go out and play some football, I'm gonna watch TV, all those are actually your opinion, right? Those are statements. Exactly. And those statements are actually what, we have three types of statements over there. I'll tell you that. Okay, normally there are three statements in any language which are used by us while speaking, writing, or narrating. Keep that in your mind. What is that? See, there are always three statements. Remember that. If you speak in Hindi, you speak in Tamil, you speak in Marathi, or if you speak in Nikobari or Nicobaris, I mean, like, you will be having all these statements in them. These three statements. Those are called the positive statement, the negative statement, and the interrogative statement. Okay? Positive can be called as assertive statement also. Assertive statement. A-S-S-E-R-T-I-V-E is assertive statement. Okay? So here, now I'll tell you that how you have been using them. Yeah, you have been doing it, you have been using it, but you have not learned it yet. You have not learned it actually. See, language is a beautiful thing. You have to make it beautiful whenever you are speaking. Remember that. Even in Hindi also, whenever you are speaking in Hindi, be careful of what you are saying and be careful of what you are framing. Okay? So here, let me talk about the statements there. There are three types of statements: positive statement, negative statement, and interrogative statement. So, the next one is a positive statement, as I told you. I was giving you actually the summary of that what is positive statement, negative statement, and interrogative statement. Here, we are talking about the positive statement right now. Whenever you are assured of something, whenever you are talking, okay, whenever you're confirmed and affirmative of something, that's called positive statement. I'll just give you an example that's there on your slide right now, on TV, on screen. The sun rises from the east. Okay, that is positive and affirmative. You cannot deny that because the sun usually rises from the east. That's true. You cannot deny that. Okay, and that's positive also. So that is one of the example of positive statement. Here, it's a universal truth. The sun rises from the east is a universal truth and is wholly expressed with aspects of factuality and reality. Okay, move on to the next one, that is negative statement. Negative statement, as I told you in the previous one, the positive statement, what was that? Whenever you are assured or affirmative of something which is happening, the sun rises from the east, you just have to add another word over there, does not. The sun does not rise from the east. So that will become the negative statement. Okay? Though I'm saying it, that it doesn't rise from the east, it's my opinion, right? See, my opinion is my opinion. You cannot change my opinion. It's my declaration of my sentences or word. So here I'm saying that the sun does not rise from the east. So that becomes a negative statement. And what could be the interrogative statement? Does the sun rise from the east? Question mark. Okay, that's there on your screen also. That would be the perfect example for the interrogative statement. And what is interrogative statement? I was telling you, it is actually whenever you're inquiring or asking question to someone, that becomes an interrogative statement. So all the statements, remember, they are there whenever we are talking, communicating, and whenever we are writing also, they are there always. Okay, so that's it, kids. Since I was telling you that this topic, the tenses, is one of the biggest, or say the vast topic, so let me meet you and discuss with you in the part 2 tenses, and I'll give you more on that, like the tables and all, so that you will be learning that how you have to communicate and talk to your people or your friends around you. But remember that you have to speak in English. Okay, no other option over there. You just have to speak uh, in English with your friends, with your beloved, with your parents, with your family members. Do that right now, today, and from this instant onwards. Okay, so hashtag be safe, be fit, and God bless.